Hello students, so welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Today from mathematics subject, quadratic equations topic we are going to continue. So this topic you have to listen carefully, children, so then only you can understand the concept better. So sign of the quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c means we have to check the overall sign of the quadratic expression. Is it if it is equal to 0, then it will be quadratic equation. So 0 will be not having any positive sign, negative sign. 0 is neither positive nor negative. But if it is not equal to 0, it may be greater than 0. Means the expression may be positive, or less than 0. The expression may be negative. That we have to find. So the positivity or negativity of quadratic expression depends on what factors that we are going to learn today. So in this chapter we consider only real quadratic expressions, means which are in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where abc are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Only that kind of quadratic expressions only we are considering in this chapter. So okay, where abc should belongs to real number set and a is not equal to 0. So okay, so if the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are imaginary or complex roots, then for x belongs to R, ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign. They are telling ax square plus bx plus c and a, both of them are having the same sign. That we have to prove. So let's find the coefficient of ax square plus bx plus c by a. So we will get some value. Based on the result, we can tell the signs of ax square plus bx plus c and a. So we have to find their coefficient. Based on the result, we can guess their sign. Okay. But here what they have given? Roots are imaginary, complex roots, and x belongs to real number. These conditions they have given. Here already we have learnt the nature of the roots depends on discriminant, because roots of quadratic equation are given by minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If we take plus value, one root. If we take minus value, one root. These are the roots of the quadratic expression. But here, the nature of roots depends on b square minus 4ac value. b square minus 4ac value, which is called as discriminant delta, or denoted by the symbol d. But here they have given roots are imaginary, complex roots. When the roots will be imaginary, in the root, if we have minus 1, means the discriminant value, delta value is less than 0, then the roots will be imaginary or complex. So, as they have given roots are imaginary, we can take discriminant value less than 0, b square minus 4ac less than 0. Here we are having minus sign. If you make it reverse, 4ac minus b square, then we have to write greater than 0. If they are positive, no need to change the sign, but they are negative. So that's why for making them reverse, we have to change the sign. 4ac minus b square greater than 0. This is the hint given for solving the question. Now let's find the ratio. Y means we have to compare the signs of expression and a. So that's why we have taken their coefficient, ax square plus bx plus c by a. So each term, first term is divided by a cancel, x square. Second term divided by a, b by ax. Third term divided by a, c by a. We are getting 3 terms. So now this second term, let's write it as, or let's multiply and divide by 2. Let's multiply by 2 and divide by 2 so that its value does not changes. Its value does not changes because we have to write in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here we need 2. For applying this formula, we need 2. That's why we have taken 2 here. Its value changes. So that's why in denominator also we have kept 2. So now suppose if it is a square, then it will be 2ab or 2ba. In the place of b, what we have? b by 2a. So next term, what should be the next term? b square. Means b by 2a whole square should be there, but it is not there. So what we can do? We can add plus b by 2a whole square. For keeping the value same, we can add minus b by 2a whole square. We can add and subtract b by 2a whole square for our convenience so that its value does not changes. So why we are doing all the changes? Because for simplifying it, it should be in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. So that because of that we are doing all these changes. So okay, we have written like this, and last term c by a will be like that only. So let me explain once again, children, what changes we have done. What changes we have done here? For the second term, what we have done? With 2 we have multiplied, with 2 we have divided. So it will be in the form of 2ab, where b value b by 2a. Again we need b square. So that's why b by 2a whole square we have added, b by 2a whole square we have subtracted. So after making the changes, the value will be the same, but the form, the elements are changed, but overall value will be the same. Next, last term we have c by a. Let's keep it same as it is. Now up to here we can apply the formula. It is in the form of a square 2ab plus b square, whose simplification is a plus b whole square. So x plus b by 2a whole square. So this part we have simplified. Next, remaining part what? Minus b square by 2a whole square means 4a square plus c by a plus c by a plus c by a. What is the LCM here? LCM is 4a square. LCM is 4a square. 4a square one time, 4a square. 1 into minus b square plus a into 4a. A into 4a, 4a square. 4a into c, 4ac. We can have minus b square plus 4ac by 4a square. Or 4ac we can write in the front. 4ac minus b square by 4a square. This is this part. This part is simplified like this. So we have these two parts. Here just we have to tell about the sign. No need to find any value. But already according to the given hint, we know that 4ac minus b square is greater than 0. 4ac minus b square is greater than 0. The numerator is greater than 0. The denominator 4 is positive. A square, square of any number is always positive. So this total number is positive. What about this number? This first term also, it is having whole square. So first term also positive. Second term numerator positive. Second term denominator positive. Both positive added means total value will be positive. When we can say positive? If the value is greater than 0, we can tell that it is positive. We can tell that it is positive. So this value we have calculated. So we got what answer? We got positive value. So this value always positive. So when a ratio can be positive, because in the ratio we have numerator and denominator. In the ratio we have numerator and denominator. Now we are telling that this total value is greater than 0. This total value is positive. Like that we are telling. So when we can have positive, positive by positive equals to positive, or negative by negative, negative by negative equals to positive. Means numerator and denominator should have same sign. Then only their ratio will be positive. Then only their ratio will be positive. So what is concluded? Numerator ax square plus bx plus c, denominator a, both are having the same sign. Why? Means their ratio is positive. Their ratio is positive. Their coefficient is positive. That's why both of them will be having the same sign. Both of them will be having the same sign. Like that we have proved. So what we have proved? When a quadratic expression has imaginary roots, then quadratic expression and a will be having the same sign. Will be having the same sign. So next. If the roots of second theorem, if the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are real and equal to alpha equal to minus b by 2a, means they have given the root value and they are telling that roots are real. So then alpha not equals to x belongs to R, means x value is not equal to alpha. In that case, ax square plus bx plus c and a will have the same sign. So here the condition is, in the given expression, x value should not be equal to alpha. What is alpha value? X value should not be equal to minus b by 2a. In this case, both expression and a will have the same sign. Will have the same sign. And one more thing, what they are telling? They are telling roots are equal. When the roots will be equal, if we what is the formula for roots? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. When the roots will be equal, if the discriminant part b square minus 4ac equal to 0, or reverse 4ac minus b square equal to 0, then the roots will be equal. So what hint they have given, children? 4ac minus b square equal to 0. Basing on that, we have to check the nature of the sign. So here we have to compare the sign of ax square plus bx plus c and a. So let's take their ratio. Let's take their ratio. So because we have to find both signs of both the things, we are comparing their ratio. In the same way, like last example, what we can do? We can write it as this first part. This first part can be simplified as a plus b whole square. Second part, after taking LCM, this part. Second part, this part. Means first part we are having square, so always positive. Second part what we have? Second part is numerator is 0, because numerator 0 we have got. 0 by any number we got 0 only. 0 by any number we got 0. So this part total gets cancelled. This part became 0. So which is remaining? Only the first part is remaining. First part is having whole square. First part is having whole square. So what does it mean? It means it is always positive. It is always greater than 0. So when it can be greater than 0? Because we have x plus b by 2a. But here x should not be equal to minus b by 2a, because if it is equal to minus b by 2a, then what happens? Minus b by 2a plus b by 2a, both of them cancel, value will become 0, then we cannot tell it is greater than 0. So the condition is this total value greater than 0 for x naught belongs to minus b by 2a. What is minus b by 2a? Alpha. X not equal to alpha means this ratio can be positive when x is not equal to alpha. So in the question also they have given the same in the theorem. When x not equal to alpha, these two will have same sign. When x not equal to alpha, these two ratio is positive. When the ratio will be positive, plus by plus positive, minus by minus positive, means both the numerator and denominator should have same sign, then only it can be positive. Means when x is not equal to alpha, the given ratio is positive, means both of them will be having the same sign. Both of them will be having the same sign. So second theorem also proved. Means when the roots are real and equal to minus b by 2a and x is not equal to alpha, then both of them will have same sign. Next theorem. Let alpha and beta be the real roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 and alpha less than beta. Means alpha beta are the real roots and alpha less than beta. So then x belongs to R. Alpha less than x less than beta. Ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite signs. That is one theorem. X belongs to real numbers. X less than alpha, x greater than beta. X less than alpha, x greater than beta. Both of them will have same sign. Two we have to prove. Two theorems we have to prove. Okay. So here one condition is alpha less than beta. In that case, first question is different, second question is different. What is alpha less than x less than beta? What does it mean? X lies between alpha and beta. X lies between alpha and beta. Okay, that is one case. Second case, what is second case? X does not lies between alpha and beta. It may be here or it may be here, but does not lies between alpha and beta. Okay, one is x lies between alpha and beta. Another one is x does not lies between alpha and beta. In that case, we have to prove both quadratic expression and a. In first case, we have to prove they have opposite signs. In second case, we have to prove they have same sign. X lies between opposite sign. X does not lies between same sign. That we have to prove. So, okay. So, they have given alpha, beta are the roots. Alpha less than beta. So, okay. Alpha, beta are the roots. So, equation how to write in the form of roots already we have learnt. A into x minus alpha, x minus beta. Like that also we can write. The given equation in the form of roots we can write like this. If a comes this side, so x minus alpha, x minus beta will be remaining. Suppose x belongs to R, x lies between alpha and beta. X lies between alpha and beta. What does it mean? If you take first part, alpha less than x or reverse, x greater than alpha, or alpha comes this side, x minus alpha greater than 0. X minus alpha greater than 0. We can write this from first part. From second part, so x less than beta, beta comes this side, x minus beta less than 0. So this is second part, x minus beta less than 0, second part. So this is greater than 0, this is less than 0. Then what about product? It is greater than 0, positive. So it is less than 0, negative. Product of positive and negative, negative. Product of positive and negative, negative. So but what is this value? This value is equal to this. This value is equal to this. If this is negative, ax square plus bx plus c by a also negative. When this value will be negative, numerator positive, denominator negative, or numerator negative, denominator positive. If both of them have opposite sign, then their ratio will be negative. So we have proved that both of them are having opposite signs. So very simple. Both of them are having opposite signs. That is proved. Next. Next, what they have given? X less than alpha, x greater than beta. One minute, children. X less than alpha. I think here less than alpha, less than okay, let's here they have given x less than alpha, x greater than beta. First suppose first let's take this x less than alpha, x less than alpha, but they have given one more condition, alpha less than b, alpha less than b. So what we can take, x less than alpha, that is we are assuming, but alpha is less than beta, that also is there. So we can write in combined way. We can write in combined way. So if how to write separately? So it indirectly means x less than alpha, x less than beta. X less than beta means if alpha comes this side, x minus alpha equal less than 0. If beta comes this side, x minus beta less than 0. Okay. Then x minus alpha, x minus beta. Less than 0 means negative. Less than 0 means negative. Negative into negative, it will become positive. It will become positive. Means total value will become positive. When it can become positive, both of them having the same sign. Both of them having the same sign. If x less than alpha, both of them will have same sign. Next. In this only first part, x less than alpha, for x less than alpha, both of them having the same sign. It is proved. But now this part we have to take. For x greater than alpha, for that also we have to prove. So let's take x greater than beta. X greater than beta, second part. So x greater than beta. So beta, but they have given alpha less than beta. What does it mean? Beta greater than alpha. So x greater than beta, beta greater than alpha, we can write it combinedly. So means, so x greater than beta, x greater than alpha. Two conditions will come. So if beta comes this side, x minus beta greater than 0. If alpha comes this side, x minus alpha greater than 0. Means positive, positive. Product of positive, positive equal to positive. So this ratio will be positive. Means both of them will have same sign. Both of them will have same sign. Means when x is less than alpha or x is greater than beta, in both the cases, both of them having the same sign. Both of them having the same sign. Means in all cases, both of them are having the same sign. Only in one case, x lies between them. In that one case only, they are having opposite sign. So except this case, in remaining all cases, they are having same sign. X lies between means what does it mean? Alpha less than x less than beta. Only in this case, they are having opposite signs. In remaining all cases, they are having the same sign. So in this way, we can find the sign of quadratic expression, and we can compare with the sign of A. Roots may be imaginary, roots may be real and equal, roots may or x may lie between alpha and beta, x may not lie between alpha and beta. In all the cases, we can compare the signs of expression and A. Next. Okay. Next. This extreme values of ax square plus bx plus c. Suppose I have a line. What are the extreme positions? This last right side last position is called extreme right. It is called extreme, extreme, extreme right. This last left position is called extreme, extreme, extreme left, extreme left. So the last corner positions are called extreme positions. So the quadratic expression also will have so many values, but it will have one maximum value at one position, and it will have one minimum value at one position. These maximum value and minimum values are called extreme values. We call them as extreme values. So let f of x, let the quadratic function or quadratic expression f of x be the quadratic expression. So if a is greater than 0, so then f of x has minimum value at x equal to minus b by 2a, and the minimum value is 4ac minus b square by 4a. If a greater than 0, so then f of x will have minimum value where at x equal to minus b by 2a. What is the value? 4ac minus b square by 4a. Suppose, what is a here? Coefficient of x square. Based on the coefficient of x square, we can tell whether it is having minimum value or maximum value. If it is greater than 0, it will be having minimum value. If it is less than 0, it has maximum value at x equal to minus b by 2a, and the maximum value is 4ac minus b square by 2a. Both the positions are same, both the values are same, but one will be minimum, one will be maximum based upon the value of a. If it is greater than 0, the expression will have minimum value. If a is less than 0, expression will have maximum value. Next, suppose proof. Let's prove that. So ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c. So already we know ax square plus bx plus c by a. What is this value? Already we have find it. What is this value? This is the value of this one after simplification is equal to this one, is equal to this one. Let's take this value directly. This value is x plus b by 2a whole square plus 4ac minus b square by 4a. 4ac minus b square by 4a. This value equal to this one. Suppose if by a comes this side, if by a comes to this side, it multiplies the first one plus it multiplies the second one. So here actually by a is there, it is going that side. So a into x plus b by 2a whole square plus a into, here downside we have 4a square actually, 4ac minus b square by 4a square. Downside actually we have 4a square. By multiplying with a, 1a gets cancelled. It will become 4a. Actually, if you multiply with a, we have 4a square here. 1a gets cancelled. Here 4a will remain. So this is the simplified form of this one. This is the simplified form of this one. So just a they have taken that side. A they have taken that side. Okay. Next. So this value. So this value, what we can tell? This value in the place of x, if we have minus b by 2a, what happens? This entire value will become 0. This entire value will become 0. And remaining value will remain. Remaining value will be 4ac minus b square by 4a. Means it will be equal to 4ac minus b square by 4a. So if this value not 0, because when a greater than 0, this value, because here we are having square value, always positive. A also greater than 0, always positive. Positive, here positive number may be there. Means this value always equal to this one or greater than this one. If it is 0, equal to this one. If it is not 0, greater than this one. So this entire value, we can tell it is greater than or equal to 4ac minus b square by 4a. So when a is greater than 0. A is greater than 0. Okay. So when a is greater than 0, its value starts from 4ac minus b square by 4a and its value may be greater than that. Its value may be greater than that. Its value may be greater than that. So okay. So there this value will be the minimum value. So this value be the, not maximum here, minimum. So if x equal to minus b by 2a, this value will become 0. Only this part will remain. So this part is considered as minimum value of f when x equal to minus b by 2a and a is greater than 0. A is greater than 0. So like that, when a is greater than 0, we can find the minimum value. So next. Okay. Suppose if this value equals to 0, so then what will remain? Only this will remain. If in the place of x we keep minus b by 2a, in the place of x, if we keep minus b by 2a, all will get cancelled. This will become 0 and this value will become the answer, the result. So the result will be 4ac minus b square by 4a when x equal to minus b by 2a. Suppose if a is less than 0 means negative. So this is negative, this is positive. Negative into positive will become negative. Means for this value, if we add negative values, what happens? We will get so many values which are less than this. Which are, suppose this value is 10. Here we have 1. So its total value will be 9. If it is 2, 8. If it is 3, 7. So when it is 0, the total value is 0 plus 10. 0 plus 10, 10. When this value is negative, 1 minus 1. Minus 1 plus 10 equals to 9. If this value is 2, minus 2 plus 10 equals to 8. So this value will decrease. By taking this a value, the values will decrease. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Like that, values may change. Out of all of them, 10 will be the maximum. So 4ac minus b square by 4a will be the maximum. Remaining all values will be less than that. So less than or equal to, we can write like this. So this value will be the maximum when a is less than 0 and when x equal to minus b by 2a. At this place it will be having the maximum value. So here what happens? Here a is greater than 0 means it is positive. Suppose 1. If this is 10, this is positive value. If this positive value is 1, 10 plus 1, 11. If this positive value is 2, 12. If this positive value is 3, 13. So if it is 0, 0 plus 10, 10. Means if it is 0, the value is 4ac minus b square by 4a, which means 10. If it is not 0, if it is positive, value will increase 11, 12, 13, 14 like that. So when a is greater than 0, at x equal to minus b by 2a, it will be having the minimum value, not maximum, minimum value. Minimum value. What is that minimum value? 4ac minus b square by 4a. Why? This remaining part is becoming 0. So only this will remain. That will be the minimum value. If a is less than 0, if x equal to minus b by 2a, this part will become 0. Only this value will remain. That will be the maximum value. Because if we take negative values, values will become less. So like this expression, it can has minimum value at minus b by 2a when a is greater than 0, that is 4ac minus b square by 4a. It can has maximum value at x equal to minus b by 2a when a is less than 0, which is 4ac minus b square by 4a. So the expressions can have maximum and minimum values. So find the maximum and minimum of the expression x square minus x plus 7. So if we compare the expression with ax square plus bx plus c, so a is 1, b is minus 1, c is 7. Coefficient of x square, a equal to 1, greater than 0. So the expression will be having the minimum value. Minimum value. What is the formula of minimum value? They are not asking minimum value at. If they ask minimum value at, then minus b by 2a is the answer. If they ask minimum value, we have to write 4ac minus b square by 4a. This is the minimum value. 4 into, we have to substitute the values of a, b, c. So then we will get the answer. 27 by 4 is the answer. This is the minimum value. Okay children, that's all for today. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you. Have a good day.